about ACC and some of the minefields that people have to get through. Now, if a business person or farmer has hurt but can still run the farm, how does that work, Hank?
Yeah, it depends on what they do in the farm. If they can't perform 75% of their normal duties as a result of the disability, whether that be by accident or by an ailment, then they can be entitled to get compensation in terms of their policy. And up to 10 hours a week. So if they can still work up to 10 hours a week and still be entitled to a payment. There are partial payments on disability as well. So if they return to work on a part-time basis, they can get part-time.
This is from ACC you're talking about?
No, this is on more private insurance policies.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yep.
Yeah, on ACC they do have some ability to do that, so they do have partial payments. On ACC, it's also about not being able to work at all. So there are different aspects on ACC, and of course with ACC they have some determinations that may differ. So ACC in a lot of areas where it comes to accident and returning to work don't give you a lot of certainty around that.
Yeah,
No.
There's even less certainty now since I've been talking to you two. Probably we can't opt out of ACC, it's the letter of the law.
That's right.
But there are other options. What are some of the options that you two talk to farmers about?
Yeah, so, the big issue with ACC is that it is compulsory. Everyone has to pay levies. So we want to make sure that they're not paying more than what they have to, or indeed paying twice. So that's an issue. Ideally, people would be in an illness and injury contract. ACC will cover you for an accident only. So
And not very much, by the all accounts, because of your drawings.
That's right, depending on how they're structured. So things like everyday events, heart attack, cancer, stroke, that's an illness, so that's something that ACC doesn't cover. A big one for people that are self-employed is stress, anxiety, depression. Those types of events aren't covered by ACC either, are they? The ageing process, the list goes on. So where most people, they seem to think that their biggest risk is an accident, where in actual fact, illness is our biggest risk.
Indeed, and it's you're never going to know when it's going to hit either. I guess, Hank, it's really a case of looking at both partners, because we've just really been talking about the farmer who's out there on the tractor or who's in the shearing shed or whatever, but we haven't talked about the other person who's the power behind the throne and doing all the paperwork and things.
Yes, but up to a point. The most important aspect of any small business is bringing money in. So you need to look at who the key people are that generate the revenue that comes into the business. Yes, they need the support people in the background, and that's often, for small business, husband and wife team, and it's often the husband who's out there bringing in the dollars, and it's the wife that supports that in the background by doing the accounts and the wages and all the other administrative type duties. But the most important aspect about the business is how the money comes in, and protecting the person who generates that money, that brings that money in. That's the first and foremost.
And to whom it goes to.
And to whom it goes to. That's really important. I mean, insurance itself across the board is often a very simplistic product. If you take life insurance, for example, someone dies, someone gets paid. The bit that's a bit more complex is who gets paid, when, and how much. That's the part that people need advice on, because it's all about the right money going to the right entity at the right time. And companies can own policies, and companies should own policies in certain circumstances, because it's the company that needs the money, not the individual, so that the business can continue its function, continue to generate revenue.